Grant Tinker, however, was not saddened by the turn of events at CBS. He was pissed off. Absolutely furious. At the time, a strike was underway at the Writers Guild of America. Guild writers like Doug and Michael could not go to work. But I was not a guild writer, and so I was not governed by the union's rules. Grant called me into his office and told me that he wanted to offer Baywatch to Brandon Tartikoff at NBC. My task was to write and produce a new presentation, and then direct it. According to Grant, Brandon favored shows that captured the professionalism of the craft, whether it be police detectives, paramedics, or pilots. He wanted to see lifeguards as highly trained, competent guardians of the ocean. He wanted to see badges, uniforms, patches. He wanted to see the LA County seal on the lifeguard trucks, things that would serve to denote Baywatch as the one and only official lifeguard show. After I'd finished writing it, I prepared a shot list for each of our 3 units. Then Doug, Michael, and I teamed up to shoot the presentation. The shot list in hand, a cameraman by our side, and lots of 35mm film, we set to work. Thanks to the Coast Guard, who lent us the use of their helicopter, I spent most of the day in the air, shooting the beach, the patrons, the rescue boats. Doug's shot list took him from Will Rogers State Beach to the Palisades Cliffs. Michael's shot list went from Venice to Marina del Rey. And by the end of the day, we had shot pretty much everything under the sun. Grant was scheduled to play tennis with Brandon Tartikoff at 3 o'clock in the afternoon the next Saturday. This became our deadline, so we picked up the film from the lab on Monday. David Hagar and I edited the footage together in 3 days. I showed it to Grant. He suggested changes, which we made, and I showed it to him again on Friday afternoon. Some parts of the presentation still made him uncomfortable, so we agreed to make more changes. Grant was new to rock videos, and that's basically what we created, an extended rock video, without dialogue or voiceover, but with the visual images complementing the lyrics of the song. Certainly was quite different from anything Grant had ever done before. On Saturday morning, David Hagar and I went to the editing studio. On time, online, in the Fairfax district to make the final changes. When I pulled on the double doors leading into the building, I was met with firm resistance. Locked. Closed for the weekend. Damn it, we had to finish the presentation and get it to Grant in 5 hours. So I said to David, hell, this is our future. Without further discussion, on the count of 3, we both jammed one foot against the middle of the double doors, and like magic, the doors sprung open and we were inside. Finally, after David and I modified the presentation until it was just the way we wanted, we closed the doors behind us and I raced over to Grant's house. A week later, I was on a rafting vacation with Doug and Debbie along the Sacramento River. And toward the end of our stay, Michael reached us at the American River Inn. He told us that he had just heard from Stu Irwin. Brandon Tartikoff had liked the presentation, and he agreed to buy a 2-hour Baywatch pilot for NBC. The only caveat was that NBC would have script approval. Baywatch became the first series ever to be sold on the strength of a concise video presentation, without pre-packaged creative elements such as a lead cast member, director, writer, or producer. And not long afterwards, this sort of presentation became widespread. So why waste all the money doing it the other way?